So it's actually been like a minute since I've like talked in a video just like this. So 2025 was a year. Do you know what? Apart from like the whole like dating love life malarkey, it was actually a pretty decent year. Well, ish. But I like to think I had some really good memories. Some not so. But you know what? I think that's life, and I think this year has taught me quite a lot. So I'm actually really appreciative of 2025. Just not men in 2025. But this might be I don't know if it's a me thing. So maybe we'll discuss that in the video. But yeah, I just thought I was going to do like a simple TikTok on like dating in 2025 because that was like a trend a couple of weeks ago. And I was like, actually, it'd probably be just easier to make a whole YouTube video about it because there's quite a lot of stories. Before you say anything, I am redacting names. Not where and maybe where they live because I don't think that's important. But I am gonna share some eventful stories. But quickly, I just want to start the video by saying, Lorde released a new album this year, and I was like so behind on like listening to it. But like she has this one song called David. Shout out to all Davids in the universe. And like one of the lyrics that really stuck with me was like she sings what does she sing? She sings, "Why do we run to the ones we do? I don't belong to anyone." And I feel that so deeply because I'm like, half of the people that I'm drawn to, I don't actually really know why I like them because I obviously physically like them, but I don't like their personality. I don't like anything about them as a person. I just look them like looks wise, and it's a question like, why do we run to the people that we know aren't really going to go anywhere? But yeah, I guess we'll explore that. Also, introduction into love life this year. 1,000 matches were hit on Tinder. 56 random kisses on a night out. 6 failed talking stages. 1 eventful holiday. 5 cancelled dates. 6 actual dates. 2 crushes. And one, I've got nothing for one. Because, yeah. But let's get on to video because, yeah, put your seatbelts on. So, let's get into it, shall we? January starts off great. Start speaking to somebody. And you know what? They were actually a really nice person. I just think maybe it wasn't at the right time. And do you know what? I don't hold anything against them for the way it ended because it just kind of fizzled out. So that wasn't really a story. I guess we kind of matched on whatever we matched on. That sounds really bad, but I think it was Tinder. I feel like it was Tinder. And do you know what? They were really easy to talk to, really sarcastic, which I love. It's just, that is the way to my heart, sarcasm. And a mullet. Keep that in mind. So yeah, there was nothing like really bad about the whole situation. I mean, we were speaking for like up until March, I think, but we didn't meet until March. So it was kind of like, I feel like if we had met in those first 2 months, it might have ended a little bit differently. I don't know. I'm just feeding into my delusions at this point. So there was that. Also started a new job. And I really fancied the gym instructor for like ages and ages and ages and ages and ages and ages. But then they went away, so that was gone. And that delusion was over. And then I went on a very spontaneous night out in Old Colwyn. And bearing in mind, I'm now 23. So when I first turned 18, it was in lockdown. So it would have probably makes more sense to go out in Old Colwyn because it's just like little pubs. But I was like, no, I want to go out in Llandudno. So I hadn't really been on like a night out in Old Colwyn. I just had been to like a few pubs. So I went, and there he was. They were sat in the corner of the table in the first pub we went to. And bear in mind, I used to have a crush on him when I was in high school. And they're actually a year below me. And I was like, oh my God. But I didn't fancy him in high school as much as I did now, if that makes sense. And we were like looking at each other like across the table, and I was like, oh my God. Obviously had quite a few Malibus at this point, so I was feeding into my delusions. And his friend was looking at my friend, and like we were gaining like psyching ourselves up, like, come on, let's go and talk to them. Anyway, I was about to get up and be like, so hey. And then my friend's mum comes over, and then, which is fine, lovely woman, but then we were talking to her for about 20 minutes, and in that 20 minutes they had gone, and I was so devastated because they didn't go to the next pub, they just went home or somewhere else, I don't know. So I absolutely devastated. But then I took it upon myself to find him on Facebook and randomly decided to follow him on Facebook, which I don't know why I did, because I don't think oh no, I did message him, but I can't remember why I messaged him. I don't know. That's gone. See you later, babe. See ya. Anyway, as I was saying about Mullet Boy, we'll call him Mullet Boy. Great. That might be a problem in a couple of minutes, but it's fine. So yeah, I think I must have messaged him on that night or whatever. But I can't remember what I said to him, but he was like, oh, haha. And it was very like, I don't know, because he was being like, oh, I didn't see you kind of thing. And he always says hello to me, and he has done up until that point, and he still does now when I see him out in Old Colwyn. And it's just like, oh. And then he randomly followed me on Instagram a couple of months later, and by this point, like, the attraction had not disappeared, because, do you know what? No, it had disappeared, because I got told a few things, and I was a bit like, yeah, no, which is really mean, because that could have been not true, and that's just hearsay. However, I was just like, no, I don't think it's for me. And then he followed me on Instagram, and it was really weird. I was like, how did you get my Instagram? I didn't message him, or did I? I might have done. Who knows, guys? Who knows? And then like he went away on holiday or traveling, I don't know. And then he came back and he shaved the mullet, and the mullet's gone now. It's gone. And when I say I'm not remotely attracted to this man anymore, it's not an understatement, because he now has a he now has a skinhead, which is fine. Love a buzz cut. Hello, Styles from Teen Wolf. But it doesn't suit him, and I feel like maybe the whole appeal was the mullet. And it's like I said at the beginning of the video, I think I'm only attracted to people who look like my type. If you don't, then it's just a bit of a grey area. But yeah, that was January. So January was a bit messy. Bear in mind, there's only 4 weeks in a month, guys. Just to clarify that. Although you probably did know that. And then we move on to February. Obviously, was feeling really delusional. And you know what? I don't think I was feeling delusional. I think I was feeling quite... I was feeling quite sad, actually, because all my friends are, like, in relationships at the moment, or, like, seeing somebody, or, like, dating, like, actually dating. And then there was just me, and I was just, like... and a couple of other friends, but I was just, like, I don't want to be alone. I really struggle with not having someone to message, and I know that's really bad. And half the people that I'm messaging at the moment, I'm not actually interested in, apart from one. But we'll get back to him later on. So I just scrolling through Tinder on a Tuesday night. Again, on a Tuesday night, what am I doing? I don't know. And then obviously Valentine's Day is coming up. I just really wish somebody had checked me into some facility that day, because I decided to go on a date, like a blind date, on Valentine's Day. What an absolute moron. I could have got murdered. And I'm honestly, I could have done. And you know what? He was a really sweet guy. And I think that was it. He was just too nice. And I just wasn't attracted to him. And I just remember, I'm not naming names because that's mean, but I just remember we were meeting in another location and I got the train because I said, I don't want my parents to drop me off because that's embarrassing. And obviously I don't drive and I was drinking, so don't drink and drive, guys. And then he walked past me on the train and I was like, oh my God, I think that's him. And I was like, oh no, you're really short and not tall like you look like in your photos. And I was like, oh no, what am I gonna do? And then obviously we both agreed to get off at this stop, and he gets off first and he's like looking around. I was like, oh, don't I was so tempted to stay on the train and ask my friend to pick me up at the next stop, because I was like, as much as I would rather cry in my room and watch romantic films with my mum in the lounge and then cry in my room later, I'm here now, and I like to think I look quite good that night. I can't actually remember what I wore, but you gotta back yourself, right? And I was like, oh, it's too late now. I'm here. He's clocked me. So I was like, oh. And you know what? The conversation was really boring. However, I was like, I don't want to go home now because my mum's going to be like, well, I told you shouldn't have gone. So I was just like, well, I'm here. And you know what? I had actually a really nice time. He was really easy to talk to and he was really funny, but I don't know. It just wasn't it. I just felt like I was talking to my best mate. And I know in some states that's actually really positive, like you just talking to a person that you've known for years, but there was no like physical attraction there. And I know like you can say, people would say like, oh, it would come. I don't think it would with this person. So I took the mini bottle of Prosecco that he gave me and the sweets and the fake rose, and I was like, yeah, sorry about that, pal, it's a no from me. Which I felt really bad for because he was really sweet, but sometimes it's just not meant to be. So then there was that. And then I went on a night out in Liverpool, as you do. I think by the end of this video, you're going to realise how much of my kisses that I mentioned in the first bit are actually from a night out. And it's actually really sad. But a girl's got to do what a girl's got to do. So I went to Liverpool, spontaneous night out. Well, it wasn't really supposed to be spontaneous, but whatever. So I kissed 2 people that night. One of them, they're actually still in my DMs. But I think that's because I've never met up with him since. And he literally lives like 10 minutes down the road. Well, 20 minutes. But again, I don't drive and he doesn't either. So I'm not doing that. I'm not getting a bus to someone's house. No. So that was that. And then St. Patrick's Day, my job was not to kiss anybody. And I think I kissed 5 people. So really, I broke my rule. But I don't really care because actually only one of them was actually questionable. So that's actually quite good, because sometimes I wake up and my friend's like, I can't believe you kissed that person. And I'm like, well, things happen. Shit happens, bro. And then I did a bottomless brunch with my friends like the following week afterwards. And I kissed somebody that I definitely shouldn't have. And you know what? He was actually really sweet. But again, that was the problem. I actually hate myself because I can't remember his name. Well, you're not going to know his name anyway, so it doesn't really remember. But he was really nice. He was very younger than me, though. He was like 19. Which makes me want to go. But yeah, I did it. But to be fair, I didn't ask. I didn't check his ID, so check IDs, kids, because you get yourself like with the worst hangover anxiety, walking around Chester, wanting to die and throw up in a hole, you know. But yeah, actually, let me just sip my Diet Coke quick. Bit of ASMR there. I won't do it into the microphone because that's really creepy. But yeah, and then at this point, I'm still speaking to the same person that I was in January. Oh, is this comfortable? No, not really. Oh, I can sit on the little chair. Excuse my bra. There we go. Hey. So yeah, I'm still speaking to this person at this point. Could I, in hindsight, could it probably been a lot sooner? Yeah. But I just don't think either of us were in the right headspace to start anything. Like I said at the beginning, no Michelin 10 towards this person because, yeah, I think they're a really cool person. But yeah, and then I decided again, I don't know what is with me in spontaneous dates. I think that's the problem. But then when I planned them, they don't show up. So it's kind of like, well, a lose-lose win-win situation here. So I was, oh my God, I can't stop burping. I'm really sorry, guys. So yeah, I've actually got a list. I'm not going to show you because it has names. But yeah, so I went on this date and I stayed over in Chester because I was meeting him that night because I was working at work in Chester. So I was like, well, I might as well just stay over. And then I had a rock choir gig the next day. And do you know what? I had a really nice time. Like, he was so sweet, but he was also really sexy. And I think that counted out for the fact that he was like proper gentlemanly. And he was like, he was tall, tanned, brown hair, and he had really like piercing like brown eyes. They were lush. And yeah, I actually he was the one I'm actually disappointed that I don't speak to anymore because he was really intuitive, but also that sarcastic, cheeky, chappy type of thing. So I don't think we spoke for that much after that date, to be honest. But you know what? It's a good way of having a date, having no intention of speaking to somebody else after, and just living your life, because I'm terrible at dating. And I feel like I go on these dates and I'm just seeing them as my practice ones for my actual real ones. And I know that sounds really self-absorbed and really narcissistic, but I'm actually really bad. So it's nice to have a date with somebody and just feel really good about myself. Like, I felt so good that night. I looked hella sexy. I do know what I was wearing that night. I had my knee-high boots, dark blue bodysuit with a dark blue pleated skirt, and like this blue and yellow like leather jacket, sunglasses on my head, straightened curl and like curled my hair out a bit. And you know what? I felt so good that night. And there was lots of compliments, the conversation was flowing, the drinks were nice. It was just a good vibe, and I'm so glad I did go on that date. Because I woke up the next day and like we were still messaging. It wasn't like he removed me or anything. But I'm actually so glad I did go on that date because like I said, I started to feel really bad about myself. And it was not because this is not like as a woe is me type of thing. I genuinely was just like, everyone else around me is like happy, skinny, and there's just me who's like miserable all the time and doesn't actually want to find somebody but thinks that's the solution. And I think that's one thing that I've found like going through this year is that I actually don't need anybody. And I don't know why and my thing is when my friends go, oh well, I've got this person, I'm like, I don't want him, I don't want them. No, because I'm convinced every time I'm in a relationship I'm miserable. And maybe that's because I'm with the wrong people, and you could argue, well, you haven't found your one. But I'm just like, I don't want to get to the point where I feel like everyone's married off, babies, engaged, houses, blah. And to be honest, that's already half sort of happening in my life. And there's just me, just like, woo. But you know what? I got to humble myself. Like, I'm 23. I don't need a human to make myself happy. I can make myself happy. I'm a poet and I didn't even fucking know it. Anyway, that was March. We move on to April. April, obviously things have ended with that person, and started seeing a man from, I can only describe, from heaven. Oh, again, Tinder match. I definitely know that for sure. He was a little bit older. I think he is 26. I think he's like 27 now because I think it's his birthday. And do you know what? He was so nice. So nice. So I remember I was meeting my friend Ellie in Chester for a meal, and he picked me up and he dropped me off, and we went for a little drive. And the way this man drove his car, it did give me a bit of the ick, because he had like a, I don't know, a BMW. Was it a BMW? I don't know. It was a posh car, okay, and it had like an exhaust pipe on the, like, that actually really badly gives me the ick. So this is why I don't want to get in a car with the man. Anyway, and he, I can't, like, the best way to describe him, if anybody knows my type, I say Vinny from Brassic, or with a mixture of a mullet and like a nose ring, a bit of like Heath Ledger vibes, kind of bit like, oh god, what's his name? Pete Davidson type of energy, but like with like shaky kind of like hair. Or, to be honest, I'll just take a shit haircut any day. Anyway, so he arrives and I'm in the car and he has like black sunglasses on, and I was like, oh my god, I actually think I'm in love. And bearing in mind, I was obsessed with this man for like 3.5 months, and we'd go on drives and walks and had a few kisses. Good kisser. Absolutely a good kisser. But you know what? It was complicated. He was trying to move out of his house because he lived with his, I don't know, whoever, and he just wanted, I don't know, not fun, because I don't think he was like that. I think he just wanted to focus on himself, which I really respect him for. Although he was a bit of a dick in the end, but I've still got love for him. If he was to message me, I definitely would answer. And that's actually really horrible because he was a bit of a dick towards the end. But he was beautiful. He was like the definition of my type. I would have sold my left toe. Maybe that's a bit dramatic, but he was like all that kind of, like, he had mullet, he had a nose ring, he had ties, he had like good style, that indie kind of like baggy trousers, baggy t-shirt, like cool shoes kind of vibe. And I was just like, I'm so in love with you, but you've got shit on and it's just not fair. So yeah, that was that. And then I went on a night out for my friend's birthday in Liverpool, Chloe. It's actually one of the vlogs actually on here, so go check it out. And I kissed 2 people that night. Also, clarify, I've never seen Chloe get with somebody in all of the years that I've known her, because I've either been too blackout drunk or I just haven't been on the night out with her. And I saw her get with somebody that night, and I was like, oh my god. And he was actually really fit, so go us, because I got with his friend, although he was really short. Chloe picked the right one because he was really tall, and I picked the short one. I had to sit on a stool. He was really beautiful. He was sexy. Like, again, I knew him from uni and I've always fancied him, so I feel like destined. What else did I do in April? Oh, and then my friend Gemma came up for, I don't know, I think it was a bank holiday because she came until the Monday. And I kissed one randomer in One Falls Heaven. I can't remember. I think he wasn't from Llandudno. I know that. Sorry, I keep burping right down the mic. It's disgusting. I think I want to say he was from Essex, and I was really confused on why he was on a night out in Llandudno, but I'm guessing it was a stag. I mean, God, what if he was a stag? I don't think so. He looks my age. I'm saying that people get married my age. I don't know what I talk about. So that was April. Again, April, busy month. Busy, busy, busy. But no actual dates though. Like when I used to go with the guy that used to pick me up in his car, it was never a date. Like we were just hanging out, and I think that was what I enjoyed about it, because it wasn't like a sit down meal. It wasn't like, oh, should we go on a date? Can I take you out? It's kind of like, I'll pick you up and we'll go for a drive and we'll go for a walk, and yeah, maybe get some food. And I think that's what I liked about spending time with him, because it felt so relaxed, and I didn't feel like I was being like, oh my god, I have to wear something cute. I mean, yeah, I wore something sexy because, yeah, I want him to fancy me. Sounds so, again, I'm coming off really like so narcissistic right now, but whatever. And anyway, we move on to May, and at this point, I'm still actually talking to him, and it's going really well. Again, kind of casual, but not like too casual that we're seeing other people type of thing. It's just like, it's so laid back, and it's kind of like peace, nature vibes. That's the best way I can describe it. And it felt really good to not be worried about, oh my god, is he going on dates with other people? Yeah. And then I go on 2 nights out in Liverpool, a bit further down in the month. 4 people I kissed in 2 weeks. That is mental, mate. So 2 people on 2 nights out, twice. Never again. Well, I say never again, but 2026. And then I went on a night out in Chester. And do you know what? I had a really great night out, up until the fact that I bumped into all of the people that went to my high school. And to this day, I am convinced I kissed the wrong person. I'm actually not convinced. I know I definitely did, because I woke up and I was like, I should have kissed the other one. But do you know what? We live and we learn. And have I kissed him again? No. Have I slid into his DMs? No. Has he slid into mine? No. Have people tried to make me have a conversation with him in the pub? Yeah. Have I refused? Sure. Hell, I have. And it's not because he's a horrible... Well, no, he is a horrible person. Well, not to me, but yeah. I'm sure he's nice when you get to know him, but it's one of those things where I was so like, yeah, I kissed him. And I was so owned of the fact that I did that, and I wasn't really bothered. And his mates seemed to make it a big deal, and I was just like, I don't know why you're so... Like, if, sure as hell, if they were to watch this video, they would be like, oh, well, it doesn't actually really matter in the great scheme of things. Like, she kisses a lot of people, and people that she shouldn't. So, it's not in the great scheme of things, it wasn't that big of a deal, and his mates made it into something that it probably didn't need to be. Anyway, June happens. Stopped speaking to... Shit, I just said his name. Right, we'll just have to... I don't know what we're going to do there. I'm just going to cut that bit. Yeah, we'll cut that bit. Anyway. So anyway, in June, stopped speaking to Tattooed Man. And you know what? I have no like bad blood towards him, because like I said, he was so honest about... He just was like, there's just so much going on in my personal life that I don't think I can bring somebody into. And I was like, I respect that, because I don't really want to be dealing with other stuff that I don't really need to be dealing with. And then I start speaking to... I don't know who these people are. Oh, I do. I speak to 2 Mancunians. Not the same... Well, actually, there was quite a lot of overlap, actually. The first one, so sweet. I actually have so much respect for this guy. And actually, even when I thought, like, he'll still message me, And on my holiday, he actually rang me every single day, which was really cute. But yeah, again, I don't know what is with me and Mancunians. I need to stop. Somebody needs to put like a ban on me and even entering Manchester, because I just find the accent so sexy, and I'm just so easily drawn in from a Manc accent. And it's an awful accent, but I am so emotionally and physically attracted to it that I'm just like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And I get so lost in the fact that it's actually really, it's not that it's not it. And also, I live in Wales, so I need a man that's gonna have the willing to drive or meet me. Because that's the other thing, like with these two people, one of them, I'm not really bothered because I feel like we'll probably meet at some point in stages of life. The other one, I felt a bit used because he was such a nice man. Had a good job, had a nice car. This is such a low bar minimum, I can't even be asked. But it's so, yeah, it was just, and I can't, he was blonde. And again, this is why I'm like, it's always the people that aren't my type that I get so emotionally attached to, because the other 3 people that I've mentioned so far weren't my type, that are my type, sorry. I'm so like not emotionally attached to them, but anybody that's not my type, I get so emotionally invested because I'm just like, well, they're different, you know, this is gonna be different, blah, blah, blah. Spoiler alert, fucking's not, because they're all the same and it ends all the same way. Like, it's, oh, I don't have time for this, I don't really want a relationship. I'm like, well, why would you start speaking to me, and why would you not make this like it clear? Because I don't know about you, but sorry, my nose. I don't know about you, but like, if I want to see somebody, I'll make a point of being like, I want to date you. I don't want you to date anybody else. But then I'm like, if I just want like to go for drives, I just want to like, you know, hang out, I'll be like, I don't want anything serious, which I don't, because I don't have the time, the mentality to fit another person in my life right now. And I don't think that's selfish. I just don't want it. Simple as. No ifs, no buts, no maybes. Like that Scouse meme. And then I went on a night out in Liverpool. Kissed 3 people that night. They were all really ugly, I think. No, that was a lie. That's a lie. One of them was. And then one of them tried to bite me. And I was just like, whoa. Like, on my finger. Because I was like, oh, he's so cute. Ha. I don't know why I did that, but drunk me in it. And he was like, gonna full on bite my finger. And I was like, bro, get your teeth out my face. It felt like a bit like...
Danced here. Take both of my kids' place.
No, the kids want to dance.
Should I hear that? No. Did you just sit here and say that my daughter looks miserable, so maybe we should put Kalani in her place?
No, I never said that.
Yes, you most certainly did.
No, I didn't, dingbat. Listen. I said, Brooke, is your mother
Get
speaking
your
for you?
finger
Do you
out
want to
of
be
my face. Girls, out the room.
Yeah, you would
out
eat
the room.
Out the room.
Get away from me.
The Abilene thing, and God, what's her name? It's not Jill. I can't remember her name. And she's like, get your finger out my face, fatty. That's what it felt like. And I was a bit like, could you get your finger out of my aura, please, and thank you. And then I matched this weirdo who was in a an open relationship. I'm not saying he was weird because he's in an open relationship. I'm just saying he was weird in what he was saying. I don't know why I attract these people, because I think maybe it's because on my profile they see that I'm like listed as bisexual, so they're like, oh, she'll be interested in... No, I'm not. No, I don't want to be your unicorn. I don't want to be in a relationship with you if you have another relationship. I'm a very jealous person when I'm in a relationship because, you know, hashtag trauma and that. So I don't really want to be dealing with another person. This is not attractive whatsoever. I do apologise, but... Oh, sorry. Anyway, moving on to July. It actually says that me and Tattoo ended in July, but I think it might have ended a bit later than that. No, I think it did actually. Ignore what I said before. It ended in July. And then I kissed somebody at home, which I actually never really do. Because they're all like 18 and I'm a bit like, ugh. So I don't know what went on there. And I can't remember. That sounds awful, but I genuinely can't. Anyway, August, still tracking to the two Manx. One of them, the blonde one, more than the other guy. Again, emotionally invested in a blonde. What is going on? That's not my type. And I do this all the time. I don't know what's... You think I would be emotionally invested in people that are my type, but apparently not. I don't know. I just don't know. Yeah, so August was, again, pretty busy. Chester, I went out in Chester with Ellie, kissed 2 people. Better than the last time I went out with Ellie in Chester, because that was traumatic as hell. Ugh. Also, matched with my childhood, high school crush. He's actually in an opposite high school than me. So we didn't actually go to high school together, but, you know, it's a very small time, so, yeah. And that lasted for about 3 days. Either I removed him or he removed me. I feel like he removed me. And then I ended stuff with Blondie because we arranged to meet because I was in Manchester. And I thought we agreed, but apparently not. Because why would you? Why would you say something and then not do it? And apparently they forgot something. And I was just like, boy, please. Ugh. And then September. I don't know why I did that, but I just felt the need to. We're actually nearly at the end, guys. Only a couple of months left. Actually, I've been filming for 30 minutes. What a time. What a time to be alive. September. I don't know why I keep doing that. Obviously went to Tenerife. When I say I kissed too many people on that holiday, that's not even a joke. But you know what? Apart from one, they were all really good kisses. Again, weird scenario. All the people that I kissed that were my type, wasn't emotionally connected to whatsoever. The one guy that actually was a bit of a dick to me at the start of the holiday and then made up by like the Thursday, who wasn't my type, again, he was blonde. So I don't know why I keep doing this to myself, because I don't actually, no, he wasn't blonde. Was he blonde? No, his friend was blonde. I got so emotionally attached to him that I went to go find him because I saw that he was out, and I ended up kissing him, which I was really happy because I wanted to kiss him on the first night that we met him, and I didn't because he was a bit of a dick. And then I saw him in the airport, and then I was like, oh no, and then he removed me in the airport. And in fact, I was actually really devastated about it. Bearing in mind, dude lived in Watford, so it wouldn't have worked anyway, but I was devastated. I was like, this is it. The love of my life's gone. I barely even knew the guy, just to clarify. But, you know, it's for the plot, ladies and gentlemen. This is the whole point of this channel, it's for the plot. And best believe when I go back to Tenerife this 2026, it will probably be the same stuff. I'll kiss a load of people, get really attached to the one person that was a bit of a dick, and all the nice people, I won't get attached to them because it's Tenerife, innit? But the one person that lived the furthest away, I was like, yeah, love of my life. Don't know what I'm thinking there. And then I come back from holiday and I match well, no, before I went on holiday, I matched this guy who I'm actually still speaking to. I know, guys, what the hell? September till now? Gasp. And you may think that's actually really good. Do you know what, guys? It is really good. However, the freaking lovely man lives 4 hours away. And it's actually really, it's actually really depressing because he's such a nice guy. And I have so much respect for him, and he's just so sexy. So sexy. And I am emotionally attached to him. Ladies and gentlemen, that deserves a round of applause because this man is my type. Tall, brown hair, has work pants, no tattoos, we will forgive him for that, and he has a very nice haircut. Spoiler, it's a mullet, ladies and gentlemen. Well, a baby mullet, not a full-on mullet, just a baby mullet. And I actually have so much respect for him, and I think that's why it's so annoying that we live so far away. But we're hoping to meet in January, I think. If he's still speaking to me after the Christmas. I don't know why I'm saying this to me. He might just be like, no, it's too far. But yeah, the only problem is he has the same last name as my previous ex, which is quite hard to get behind, because when I'm like, my mum will be like, who are you messaging? And I'll say his name and she'll be like, what? And I'm like, no, not that one, different one. So yeah, that's still going on. So going on in September, I actually fell in love with this person at the beginning. Not Cambridge boy, different person. I fell in love with this next person in probably, I met them at the end of January through a work thing. And yeah, even though they have a partner, I am still, I don't want to say madly in love, because I think that's probably an exaggeration. But I fancy the shit out of them. I think that's the bit that yeah, I've got no other words. And I feel like they know, but I feel like they don't at the same time. And do you know what? I'm probably not going to see them for a very long time. And like I said, they have a partner, so nothing's going to happen anyway. So it's fine. And then, one thing I am really disappointed about, I went to Liverpool on my birthday. I didn't kiss anybody, but that's because I fell asleep. So, because I was too drunk. And Halloween, didn't kiss a single soul. Tried to them. They bought me a drink, flirted with them, danced with them. I didn't kiss a single soul. And I was devastated because I looked so sexy. But anyway, November was a great month. It actually wasn't. I don't know why I'm telling you that. 2 dates cancelled. One actually removed me when it was his idea to go on the date with me originally. And I'm just like, this is why I don't trust people, because you say, it's always like, the nice guys finish last. They don't. They write their own fucking book, because he was like, oh, I actually do want to be with you. Like, I could see you as my girlfriend. Da, 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 da. And I was like, oh, that's actually quite a nice thing to say. I don't think anyone said that to me. And saying all like this stuff. And actually, when I look about it now, it was actually like, he was love bombing me. And I'm just like, so you're telling me that you didn't actually feel any of that kind of stuff? Because if you did, you wouldn't then be like, oh, I'm actually really excited to meet you tomorrow, and then remove me. And it's just like, I mean, yeah, I was a bit like pissed off about the whole thing. Over it. Now we're in December. It's nearly Christmas. But I'm just like, I don't get where they get off. I'm just honestly really confused, because I was just like, why would you say something to somebody if you don't mean it? If you're going to say something, say it with goddamn chest and mean it. Like, when I say I fancy somebody, I generally will be like, I fancy the pants off you. I don't want to say, like, because he was like, oh, I actually want to, like, be your girl. Like, I want you to be my girlfriend. Like, wifey material. I was like, I don't know if you've met me, but I'm definitely not wifey material at the state that I am now. So I think you need your head screwed on or shine. And then we move on to December. And to be honest, guys, last month of 2025, and it's a bit dire. Like I said, I haven't been on a date since God knows when. And again, it's coming to like cuffing season. And I'm just like, do you know what, actually? Excuse me, I need to sneeze. That wasn't a sneeze, it was a cough. I lied. But I'm actually like done. I feel excuse me 1 second. Like, I don't think that, I mean, to be honest, I haven't been on that many nights out in December. So we've still got, if I do anything Christmas Eve, but I don't think I will. We still got Boxing Day and New Year's Eve. So that could still happen. But then I'm just like, people don't want, I mean, I don't know about anybody else, but I think I know cuffing season's a thing because, you know, you want to watch like Christmas films with partners and dance in the kitchen. But I'm just like, if it's only gonna last for December, then I don't want it. Like, yeah, no thanks. I'd rather just dance in the kitchen by myself and watch Christmas films with my family and my friends. Because I don't really want a man or woman that comes like in and out of my life when they choose. Because fuck that, man. I deserve better. And that is my dating wrapped. Oh, also, I cancelled my Bumble subscription last week. Because I'm just like, what is the point? I mean, I actually really liked having it because I get to see who likes me and it saves me a lot of time. But I'm just like, actually, it didn't, because I was like going on it to actively see who liked me. And I think it was actually making me a bit, not obsessive, because I'm not obsessive, but like, it was making me like, oh, like, why are all these like ugly people liking me? I deserve somebody that's like Tattoo Man, Mullet Boy, other Mullet Boy. You know, I deserve that in a nutshell. But these are the things that I wish for 2026. I hope I learn finally that it's okay to be yourself. And I think I have learned that in 2025, but I hope it continues because I'm so happy with myself as a person, my personality, my style wise, my friendship group wise, that I'm okay. So that means no dating apps, no dates, a year of joy. But we'll see how that goes because, I mean, yeah, I've cancelled my Bumble prescription. Prescription? This is what I mean, it's like medicated. Subscription. But I still have the app. So it's going to be a year of holidays, a year of concerts. The other thing I hope for myself in 2026 is to learn how to love myself. And I think this year has taught me that life's too short, man. I need to love myself because people leave when they want to leave. And yeah, it's shit, but you know, at least I have myself. And yeah. Also, this is a very important one. I hope in 2026 that I fall in love with life without a man. Because we're 44 minutes into the video, coming to the end, and all of that has been going round about going on dates and not really working out, going kissing random people on nights out, not really working out, obsessing with the wrong kind of people. And it's like, well, maybe if I just stop, which I fear is said that it's easier said than done, because if you can't do it with somebody, then what is the point? But I think 2026 is going to be the year of joy, because I think 2025 is a year of navigating what I want, and guaranteed we're at the end of 2026, 2025 even, and I still don't really know what I want, but I know what I deserve, and I think that's a clear difference. So yeah, I guess I'll see you in a year and see what happens. This is when I find the love of my life and I'm just like bringing one to the channel. That's not going to happen. I can guarantee that. But do you know what? I can guarantee that my 2026 is going to be full of love, full of happiness, full of cheer, holidays, concerts, random nights out, surrounding myself with joy and people and loving me, because I think that's so important, to be by yourself. And if you can't be by yourself, I don't think you should bring another person into your life. And I you can shoot the messenger, you can shoot me, but I can hand on heart say that I'm good with being by myself. And yeah, I don't need a person to fill a void. I mean, do I? Don't I? I don't know. But well, that was my dating rap 2025. I'm gonna have to edit that bit where I mentioned Tattooed Boy's name. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. We'll be back next year. And I'll let you know if I actually get with anybody on Boxing Day. I don't want to get with anyone on New Year's Eve, because not to the party that I'm going to. I'd rather not. But yeah, thanks for listening. And if you are one of those people that I mentioned, hi. Don't text me. Bye. And remember, guys, it's all for the plot anyway, so who cares?